introducing you to Mr. Venkatesh,
Hello.
who has known me from his kid days from 1970s, as his house, his family house was the next lane to my small speedwell garage, and he remembers all the noise we used to make all night with our racing bike and my huge red Indian that I would ride with dacoit's moustache and all that. So he has known me from that, and after that he graduated into steel mills, and he worked there he will explain that, and with great interest he wanted one of his cars to be groomed, and he had brought his Verna diesel. That was, I think, about 10 years back. And I said, no, please, I can't do these diesels because they're quite complex. So this time he bought a new car. He used it. After 10,000 kilometers, I asked him to come. And then we found time during this point that we had the time to open this, and I have no knowledge about this engine. I have never seen this engine, never ever worked on this engine. So it was quite challenging for two of us to open this new high-tech engine and perform my magic into it. So I will ask Mr. Venkatesh to just give a brief of his childhood impressions and what went on in that street of Venkata Subba Lane and what noise we used to create at 12 o'clock. Please go ahead, Mr. Venkatesh. Talk a little louder.
Good afternoon. I am Venkatesh here. As Mr. Singh said, I was staying on the Ramavilas Road, which you might be knowing, where our ancestral house was there during my childhood, during my primary school and high school days, wherein I used to go and spend an hour a day in front of his garage at Speedwell Motors. I used to be fascinated right from the childhood. I was fascinated with automobiles, especially two-wheelers. Those were the things of those days because cars were sparse. And after that, after my education, I did my engineering from NIE, graduated out in 82, and then since 1983 I worked with the steel industry and worked for 10 years in West Bengal, and then came over to Bhadravati, worked there for almost 27 years. And during that period I had an idea of what was going on with the research which Mr. Singh was doing.
Innovations.
So, innovations. And right from those days I was very much fascinated with his works. And after that, 10 years ago, as he said, I had a diesel I-20 with me, which I had wanted his magic to be done. So he said, he asked me to come over with a petrol version later on. So finally it happened so that in 2018 I bought this Creta, and after running 50,000 kilometers, finally we could find some time to get the magic of his done onto my car, and right now it is ready. And only thing is further enjoying the ride and pickup and everything is in stock for me.
What we have gained is basically engine smoothness. When you start the engine, you will not hear the engine at all. Second thing, drivability. You can go slow in higher gears without any jerk in city. With the AC on, there is no drop in power. And so he will be now taking it for a long run to his family, friends and all that. So then we will get a much clearer picture, because today's Dasara traffic and Deepavali traffic, it is just impossible to drive in town itself. But even there, what we notice is we can easily go in third gear without touching the clutch and absolutely crawling, and if needed be, we can pull away and overtake also. So this is what has been accomplished, and thank you, Mr. Venkatesh, to give us this opportunity, because it is your dil. Because I told you I have never worked on this engine, I have never opened this engine. Can come closer and show the engine. I have never worked on this.
It was my pleasure to have your wonders work on it.
So this was, it is a twin cam engine, and it's got a lot of lot of electronics coupled with it, and it had one of the strangest plugs. I'll just bring one and show it. While you can just show what all things were pulled out from one by one. There was nothing here. All this was just pulled out.
As Mr. Singh said, the entire engine, which was taken out part by part, both the inlet and exhaust manifolds, and then the mountings, and the engine was put on a jack stage wise. The alternator was pulled out, the battery, and all the connected hoses and electrical gadgets which were there fitted on. And it was looking very funny when the thing was completely taken apart. The cylinder head and the top cover and the two-piece hump from the bottom, and the rest engine block only was there in position.
Luckily, we have put back everything, and there are no leftover nut bolts. Normally, everyone will have a lot of. Here you can show these plugs. They've got extra muti, long nose. So they have actually done everything to dig the plug as deep as possible inside the combustion chamber, hoping to ignite the fuel right in the center of the combustion chamber. So these were the plugs. Now we've got some magic plugs, laser iridium plugs. So we are going to see, and still we need to change the air filter to a slight performance filter, free flow. Apart from that, the engine temperatures come down. It doesn't get hot. When I say it doesn't get hot, it may, what we want to tell you is the fan doesn't repeatedly keep coming on. Whereas earlier in traffic it would come on and go. Now the frequency is dropped. That means the engine is not getting that much. So with this, I wish you all the best.
Thank you,
Hope
thank you, Mr. Singh.
enjoy the thing. Initially, I told you 1500 RPM, you can change the gear. 1000 RPM, it can easily go. Be very gentle with the thing. As I told you, this is fly-by-wire. It doesn't have a string like all the other
cable.
There's no. When I say string, like pata also. So you press there, nothing will happen there.
Right.
The computer will decide how much to do, what to do.
Yes.
So I have overridden the computer by doing whatever. I have not touched anything with the computer or this thing. So let us see. Let's hope. I'm sure we'll just start the engine once. You can just show them how strong it is. Pause